Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Kimi ga Nozomu Eien playthrough. Now today's going to be a really quite interesting day because Takayuki has been an idiot part 400. Basically what he has done is he's let his feelings totally take control over him, so much so that Haruka is not fully satisfied with him because of the fact that firstly he hasn't told her that he's broken up with Mitsuki, but at the same time he's also brought her to the beach and obviously, well, he literally forced a kiss. There's no way of denying it. Or, I don't know, dampening it down to lessen the impact of what he did. No. It's understandable why he did it, but at the same time, it's not very acceptable. But yeah, let's read. It's going to be really quite interesting today. It's either going to go very wrong or maybe things are going to be made up, but it's kind of hard to tell. It really is. I'm going to get an uchiwa today. It's really hot.
ま、そんなに萎縮して謝られることでもないんだけど。
Yeah, fair enough.
気を使ってほしかったわ。
Yeah. She has a reason to be mad. Yeah, she doesn't feel respect for Takayuki, which if I'm going to be honest, I think is perfectly understandable. Yeah, this is why you do not lie to people. Seriously. Yeah, fair, but still it indicates a change in emotion. It really does. I agree. Especially because of the fact that her view on Takayuki and how much of a good person he is probably really decreasing. I.e. adulterer, i.e. somebody who forces her into a kiss. I mean, I get that they have been knowing each other for years, but at the same time things could be changing. It doesn't matter about the past in situations like these.
とにかく、
Interesting.
鈴宮さんが見つかってよかったわ。穂村さんが思い当たらなければ大騒ぎよ。
God. Yeah, that is actually reasonable because it's a patient who is very vulnerable who has just suddenly disappeared.
一応言っておくわね。これは厳重注意。以後気をつけるように。
Yep. You are a real idiot. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, he's felt really self-centered here and he's really had a lack of ability just to consider anybody else. And the impact what he is doing will have on anybody else. He just doesn't care. He just cares about his own feelings. And the worst thing is he's not even thinking about it. He's just instinctively doing it. Oh. The funny thing is with Takayuki, you feel like he's getting better and you feel like he's developing for the positive. But then everything just entirely gets collapsed. Yeah, she doesn't respect Takayuki whatsoever.
待って。
Wonder what she's gonna say.
姉さん、体冷えてるんじゃない？あったかい飲み物でも買ってくるから。
She certainly sensed it. Yeah, I agree.
してあんなことしたの？高之くんには美月がいるじゃない。私もういいんだから。
Right, if you don't tell Haruka that you have broken up with Mitsuki, there is never going to be a time where you are going to reveal it to her, I feel. It's now or never. Seriously, you've put this off too much. But to be fair, I mean, he was going to do it before, but then it was interrupted. So, yeah. It's a bit hopeless. It was interrupted by somebody coming into the room. I can't remember if it was Kozuki or Akane. I think that scene yesterday about Hoshino, when Takayuki asks for Haruka's weight. That was so funny. But yeah, there was a time where he was going to do it. I'll just see if I can find it. It's a bit of an ideal thought, surely, but maybe I can. The fuck? Wait. I've looked at the wrong clip. That's annoying. I had a few editing errors yesterday. Right, so Haruka, here we are. Let's see if I can find it. Can't remember where it was. Yeah. It was Akane who interrupted them. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if he's going to be able to do that today. Uninterrupted.
同情ならやめてほしい。じゃあ。Yeah. He's made the move. He couldn't, no, it would have destroyed him. Yeah. My god. He's being very honest about what he has done with Mitsuki. And the fact, and just bluntly saying the fact that he has forgotten about Haruka as well. Yeah, exactly. And if I'm going to be honest, I think it's perfectly reasonable to believe something like that in Haruka's situation, as brutal as it sounds. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It really just feels like a survival tactic. It's just instinct at this point. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, yeah, no, I don't blame him. If I'm going to be honest, it's been a very emotional time for him. I don't blame him at all for crying. It's very, very natural. Yeah, he was. And he's being very, very honest about his relationship, because obviously now Haruka has the question of, why have you done this to me? And what has happened with the relationship with Mitsuki? I.e., am I just a replacement for Mitsuki? Yeah. Yeah, and that's the worst thing. I mean, this is the really weird thing about his love of Mitsuki, because of the fact that it was real love, sure. I won't disagree with that. The love was genuine. But at the same time, it was so fake, because it was just something that could be so vulnerable to Haruka coming back. Well, no, I suppose it's right to say that it's real given the right circumstances and the right choices. If we made the choice to help Mitsuki rather than Haruka, then sure. And I really do wonder just how much we care about Haruka in Mitsuki's roots. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, it's definitely affecting Haruka. God. They are both really emotional. I mean, if anything, it's kind of typical for two lovers. But at the same time, I mean, yeah, it's just interesting to think about the fact that when Takayuki was asked just, what about Mitsuki? He just had nothing to say. And he just didn't really think about what all of this would have as an effect on Mitsuki. He didn't even say that he had broken up with Mitsuki. He just said that his love for Haruka was stronger than it had ever been for Mitsuki, and it's kind of, I'm sorry, it's brutal, but it kind of is as if Mitsuki was a replacement for Haruka. Yeah, fair enough. Oh my god, I know, because of the fact that Mitsuki, she has had to break up with Takayuki. Well, just partly because of the fact that it hurts him too much to be in a relationship he doesn't fully feel naturally in. But as a result of them loving each other, somebody has been hurt so much that she is very, very close to. I mean, and Takayuki's also very close, it's just obviously they've been growing distant in the past few days. Yeah, totally reasonable. Yeah, totally. Must have been terrifying, I totally agree. Oh my god, yeah, totally. Your entire family's different. It feels really quite heroic, this theme, if anything. I think it's very intense for the emotions that are being conveyed in this scene, but at the same time, it just feels like a theme that you'd listened to in a really quite intense fight scene rather than something like this. But anyway, I mean, it's quite fitting in a way because it's intense. I mean, you have two lovers who are confessing their feelings and they haven't been able to do so for the entire story. So, yeah, so many ridiculous things have set them apart.
何を話しても私の知ってる茜はどこにもいなくって。
Yeah, of course she wouldn't be.
高之くんと会う時だってそうなってたらどうしようって。
Ah. Yeah, I wonder what she's going to say about this. I get the impression she's going to say that Takayuki's the same.
もう自分は一人ぼっちなのかなって。
Yeah.
3年後の世
So
界で
tricky.
たった一人で生きていくのかなってとても不安だった。 高之くんと美月に会った時正直だからほっとしたんだよ。見かけは少し違うけど高之くんと美月だって。
That is actually really interesting, just seeing the most close people. Obviously, they're really, really affected because of the fact that she has been in this accident. And they have changed so much as people and they're so destroyed. But at the same time, just to see people... I mean, Takayuki has definitely changed. But unlike the family, his personality hasn't changed as a result of it.
私バカだし混乱してたしとっても不安だったから。高之くんはずっと私のこと待っててくれたって勝手に思い込んでた。
Yeah, God, she was really being a dreamer here. She must have had her heart completely broken. I can totally see why. But at the same time, if I'm going to be honest, you're being a bit selfish and you're finding it... I mean, of course she is emotional, but... this is just kind of thinking the world revolves around her. The world does change. And that's just something that you need to compensate. I'm sorry, but if you flipped this T exactly upside down, it looks like you get the F. I'm thinking of really random things at the moment, but okay. I don't know, it feels really similar. Wait, hang on a second. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. This would need to be longer and this would be need to be shorter, I think. For it to be exactly the same. Anyway. Yeah, reasonable.
悲しんでる自分がいて夜も眠れなくて。
That's actually really interesting. It feels like this part here is the mature self from 3 years later, but this is the side from 3 years in the past. one side accepts it and one side is logical about it, the other side is just totally emotionally distraught, which is very understandable. I wonder where this is going to go. Yeah, totally reasonable. It's so cruel that it was taken away from them. God. Holy shit, she is upset. Yeah, just convince yourself that you were, sure. So you were waiting for this day to come when, I don't know, let's just go to the the latest edition rather than the enhanced edition. When you were, I don't know, having sex with Mitsuki. Yeah, I'm sure you were thinking of this, sure. Interesting. So basically, from Haruka's point of view, Takayuki has basically said that that Mitsuki's not good enough and she's better and he's always wanted to be by her side. And then you're just going to casually tell Mitsuki and make sure she understands everything that is going on. Even though you were going to break up with her. Right. You really need to tell her that you have broken up with her. He hasn't stated it whatsoever. Yeah, and she accepts it because, let's be honest, these people were so tied together that there's nothing that's going to break them apart. There really isn't. Fair. Oh yeah, I see that. You just have... To be honest, it is quite nice in a hospital ward, I suppose, because you have nobody disturbing you, you have no noise, no background. Just time to be close to the person you love, really. She's probably listening to every word. Is it me or the text is darker? No, it isn't me. The text genuinely looks a little darker. Only a slight bit darker. No. No, it is me. No, it is me. I'm just being a weird person. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, obviously you've confessed your feelings to Haruka, and the thing is about Haruka, even if, no matter what has happened to Mitsuki, because of the fact that she feels so strongly to the love between her and Takayuki, she's never going to stop. No way. Yeah, let her get her feelings back in place. Imagine if this was just the worst part and she said something like, "No, you will not come back tomorrow." Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. If I'm going to be honest, I think this went very well. If I'm going to be honest, I feel like she could have got, for Mitsuki's sake, she could have got very angry at Takayuki, which is totally reasonable. But at the same time, she let her feelings overtake her and she didn't. I mean, it's reasonable, but at the same time, it's a bit of a shame that Mitsuki, she will never... Well, she just has had such a brutal breakup because... I'm sorry, but yeah, she's not good enough. That's the only reason. Even though she's tried her absolute hardest to be as kind and hospitable and... caring and as if she is... Well, caring and providing hospitality to Takayuki as much as possible. Is that actually going to work? No, of course it's not.
聞こえたんです。あの人と別れるんです。
Oh, she already has broken up with him. What? But they've already said that they are going to break up. Or I suppose maybe that's just a breakup that's said because of the fact that Mitsuki's emotional was not really formal, not really official. Maybe at the moment, if Takayuki wanted to, there could be a possible chance of him reinstating their relationship. But no, he's not doing that. Of course he wouldn't. His feelings for Haruka are just simply too strong. It's actually really quite surprising to think about the fact that Takayuki wants... Well, he just inspires decency. He probably appreciates what Hayase did to him and how Hayase changed his life. And that's probably why he says something like this. Yeah, that is fair. Yeah. Yeah, something. It's a total worry how Haruka would take all of this, especially because of the fact that Takayuki was really becoming drunk with love, let's be honest here. It's good that it went well, to be honest. He doesn't deserve for it to go well, I genuinely think that, but... Well, he doesn't. He deserves it for his dedication to Haruka, but then he left her. But he left her because he had to. When Haruka was back, he could not leave her anymore. It's just... This dedication is... Yeah, it's... I would definitely say that he deserved Haruka in that year that he had totally changed his emotions just so that he could... Just for the hope of her returning and obviously that hope being crushed. Maybe he deserved it then, but he definitely doesn't deserve it now with how he has betrayed Mitsuki and how... Well, how he's really... I think, yeah, just how he's betrayed Mitsuki and look at the beach, for example, just... how he's really letting his feelings of love just overtake his logic. He's going to get everything he wants, though, because Haruka wants it too. She doesn't even care. I wonder. Ooh. Yeah, I see that. You just wabber and then you get scared and then you take the easy way out, maybe. Oh my god, yeah, there really isn't any escape. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. And so unfortunately, as a result of that... Yeah, there are so many reasons why you could realistically want to fall in love with Mitsuki. But even though she's such a good person that you have spent so many fun memories with, you can't because of the fact that Harukai's here. Bit of a gamble, don't you think? Breaking up with somebody for a love that may not even last. Somebody with a love that would definitely last, can I just mention? Oh, damn. She's picked up, okay. The fuck? Oh, yeah, it could be. Or it could just be... It sounded like ambience. If anything, it sounded like... She was at a bar drinking. That could be it. She's already done it once. We've seen. Maybe she could do it again. At a time like this, though, that's really, really true. But at the same time, I don't think it's a bad connection whatsoever. Yeah. She doesn't want to talk, and I think it's totally reasonable. Wait for her. You've made the move. You've made the indication that conversation could be something, well, should be something that they should do. Talk everything out. And maybe not end on a complete slam door. Would he be doing this if it wasn't for Tamano's sake? I really do wonder. I think that's something that motivated him. Gotta love that a kid has more decision making than an adult, and a kid is the person who influences the adult. You would have thought it would be the other way around, but not in some cases. Oh well, that's out. You are not going to the convenience store and browsing the magazines. Oh shit, it could be from Shinji. Good timing, damn. It was, of course it was Shinji. Why would it be Hayase? Oh my god, this is going to be interesting. Imagine if Hayase then tries to date Shinji. Is he going to explain why he didn't answer the phone at all? Oh god, it's like a subtle brag on the fact that Shinji has a lot of money because of the fact that his job's good. But, wait, hang on a second. Dude, he's still at Hakuryo. Surely? He'll just be doing his final year. Wait, hang on a second. So, August, how far is that? So, they begin in the fiscal year, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's either 3 or 4 years. Let's be honest, nearly every university program is that I know about, it feels like. But, yeah, he's very near to the end of his education in Hakuryo. So maybe he does have, like, a placement job or something. Just some reason of getting a lot of money. Or a part-time job, but obviously, unlike Takayuki, he doesn't really need to pay living expenses because he's still living at home. Why? What? This is really weird. I mean, I don't understand why he's asking Takayuki for help, even though beforehand he hadn't done anything when he tried to call him. It's unusual. I don't get Shinji. If Mitsuki calls Takayuki, he prioritizes that over anything. He needs to. What's going to be said tomorrow? Tomorrow. Yeah, it'd have to be tomorrow at the latest. It's just going to constantly be this. It's just going to be constantly something interrupting it until... Oh, wow. That's unusual. It didn't happen. I'll see it when I believe it. It's a plot to murder somebody. No, I'm just kidding. Oh god, who else was with him?
Ah, Takayuki, 来てくれたか.
Thought so.
Hayase のやつ、酒弱いくせにすんげえペースで飲むんだよ。
Yeah. Kind of thought something like that was happening. So she drinks a fuck ton when she's stressed. Takayuki is no person to talk, but I actually agree with him here. That's a very good question.
めようとすると店で暴れるって言うからさ、マジ荒れてたんだって。
God. Yeah. That's really quite disturbing.
お前、携帯に電話したろ。そん時にさ、よっぽど呼ぼうと思ったんだよ。けども。
But why not? Jesus Christ. Too drunk to move though, that is really bad. God. Yeah, but Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, Hayase is finding it really quite hard to cope with everything that has gone on with Takayuki. Jesus Christ. What a fucking weird analogy. My God. But I'm just quite surprised about the fact that... Yeah. Takayuki really is the only one who can help him, though. Yeah, exactly. I mean, she is in the worst state possible because she is really drunk. She's not got much cognitive ability at the moment. And also, she's very, very stressed. Why is she drunk? Why is she like this? Why has she completely ruined herself and fucked herself up? And her wallet, let's be honest. Takayuki. Yeah, totally agreed. He's trying to interfere, but at the same time, I don't know if this is the best idea. I do wonder. Yeah, it's either going to go well or horribly, I don't know. It doesn't even matter that it's Takayuki. Holy fuck! Yeah, fair enough. You have experienced once what I have experienced many times. Yeah, I totally agree. It must be very difficult. He's probably had a really rough day, but he needs to do it for the sake of his friend. And so that, oh, I don't know, she doesn't get put in prison for, I don't know, assault when drunk or damage or just some sort of shitty crime that she could have really prevented by not drinking.
もう拉致が開かないな。家まで連れて行こう。お前は当然知ってるよな。
いや絶対帰んない。
高雪、どうすんだよ。
He kind of has to take responsibility for the fact that he's broken up. This is properly unpleasant. It really is. It's just such a tricky situation. Well, don't say that. Negotiate something together.
お前が原因だろ。
True. There was a day before he called where Shinji called him, and then obviously Takayuki was going to call back, but Shinji declined. I think that's just because of the fact that he was going to call to maybe talk to Takayuki about the breakup, but then he just totally lost respect and he couldn't really be bothered once he'd called him back. He missed his opportunity, so that was it really. He couldn't call him back.
最近
Of course.
もう毎日電話かかってくるんだよ。
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's hard. Isn't that interesting? There are so many things that have been happening with Hayase that Takayuki has not known about. It's so obvious how how distant they are getting recently. Every day, though, that's insane.
なんとかしてやってくれよ。
Fair enough. I mean, I'm sorry, but he is a friend. Sure, friends help each other, that's what they do, but it's not fair on him to spend his time immersed in somebody else's problems caused by somebody else. Yeah, they really have. Yeah, this is what your love to Haruka is doing. Yeah. It's so brutal, but it's true.
Takayuki!
You are not going to be able to do anything when she's in a state like this.
うるさい。
God, she's going to be such a pain to deal with. It's bold to assume that she will actually be able to stand and maintain her balance.
なんだ私が高雪の言うこと聞かなきゃいけないのよ。
To be fair, that is actually a reasonable question, even if she's not drunk. Shit. Oh my god. Yeah.
おい。
家なんか帰れないもん。帰りたくない。帰れないんだもん。あんたのせいに決まってんでしょ。もう親の顔なんか見たくもない。あんたの顔も見たくない。
Jesus Christ.
ずーっと一緒にいてよ。
God, that's unusual. But the only thing is, I mean, obviously she's turning towards Shinji because, like Hayase was for Takayuki, he's there for her, and that's the only reason she needs. She's just desperate. She just wants somebody to love. I don't even know if it matters whether it's Takayuki or not at this point. But my god, that's unbelievable. The fact that she doesn't even want to see her parents, because obviously I suppose their relationship is a big point in their life. In her life, she just doesn't want to talk about it. Yeah, my god, just seeing her love totally being shifted to somebody else. I get that Shinji obviously probably doesn't have those same feelings towards Haruka, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, they're definitely not Takayuki's. They're not aimed at Takayuki. Yeah. I know, it's a bit intimate, surely?
高之何怖い顔してんのよ。私のこと捨てたくせに。私が何しようがもう関係ないじゃない。
Reasonable. But that's actually hilarious. So she's interpreting something she doesn't like from Shinji as something Takayuki has said. That's hilarious.
ちょっと早瀬。
シンジ君はね、そんな私を優しく抱きしめてくれたんだから、優しかったんだから。
早瀬、お前いくらなんでも。
Yeah, what did she just say? That is a good question.
何さ、なんでシンジ君がおどおどしてんのさ。もう私は高雪の女でもなんでもないんだから、いくら抱いたっていいじゃない。シンジ君上手だったよ。
What?
早瀬。
Oh my god! You're just laughing and then, oh, whoops, power supply has been cut off. Jeez. I know, this is odd.
早瀬。早瀬。
Okay, this is unusual. This was not the answer I was expecting. It really wasn't. Okay, you just totally get every single expectation I have had and throw it out the window. What the fuck? So you're telling me Shinji has held Hayase in his arms. He has had sex with her. What the fuck? Are we hearing this right? Is this story even more two-faced than I initially thought it was, basically? Yeah, I remember that, yeah. And Hayase wasn't there. Oh my fucking god, is that really what it is? But why would he accidentally call Takayuki? I don't understand. What would have happened if he answered? Especially. Oh, yeah. Maybe it could be the case that that was Hayase trying to call. But the only thing is the love between Hayase and Takayuki seems so genuine. Could Shinji be evil? Is that what we're really getting at here? I'm just so surprised that this could happen. Yeah, how are you going to explain yourself? Yeah, yes, oh my god. Wow. He's getting properly fierce. You're not going to tell me that... I mean, what Takayuki was saying about him feeling properly lonely at the end of this, it really feels like it could possibly happen because it feels like all of his friends are full of shit. Seriously, this was not something I was expecting whatsoever. I just thought Shinji was, oh, I don't know, like a friend who was concerned about another one just because of the fact that he's kind. Is there really room for kindness in this story? It really feels like you could validly ask that question. What is going on? Remember, firstly, the time where... No. I think that was actually a work drink where Hayase and the manager were there. I don't think Shinji was involved in that. But... remember that really long period where I kept on asking the question of, is Hayase not seeing Takayuki because of the fact that she's given up on him? She was seeing Shinji instead, possibly. And then it was as if nothing had ever happened when they saw each other again. I wonder why.
Takayuki. 本当だ。
Fuck. Are you telling me that Shinji is a really, really different character to how we know him? I mean, at least he's being honest, but... Well, let's be honest, he's too clever not to... Well, to know not to lie in a situation like this, but what the fuck is going on? Yeah, fair enough. It's a double affair. Technically. Well, technically. Well, I'm sorry, but I know he wasn't being physical with Haruka, but he was still seeing her because of love and also concern, but mainly love, let's be honest. Damn.
そうだったら分かってるってことになるんだよ。
Why is he so calm? I really don't understand why he is so calm.
綾瀬はお前の女だから抱くことは許されないとでも思ってれば分かってるってことになるのか。
So they did actually sleep with her. Damn. We can't exactly say that now, but at the same time, it's not about Hayase. It's about the fact that he was so dishonest, and he has never told him once.
なんとか言ったらどうだ。そう言い切る自信が今のお前にあるのか。あの日の夜、いつのことかはもう言わなくてもわかるだろう。早瀬に呼び出されて聞いたよ。
I think I know which night.
綾瀬が俺に何て言ったと思う。助けてくれってそう言ったんだぞ。助けるってなんだよ。お前一体何なんだよ。
Oh my god, is that really what? So it wasn't Shinji. It wasn't Shinji having. I can actually kind of see why he is hidden this now. But at the same time, I do wonder what would have happened if he did genuinely tell. Well, no, it's because he wanted to prioritize his friendship with Takayuki over it. Oh my god, so Hayase was so upset that she felt as if she's being, well, I don't know, in danger because of the relationship with Takayuki. So she goes to Shinji and then she is the one. Not Shinji, Hayase is the one who encourages them to sleep together, I think. Oh yeah, I can imagine that, yeah.
Takayuki, お前早瀬を何だと思ってるんだよ。何様だよ。
While they were in a relationship, even though he was being even though Hayase was obviously being damaged by what was happening with Haruka, is it still right for Shinji to sleep with her even though she's in a relationship? Yeah, but then there's the tricky part because the relationship is so bad and it's unhealthy for her and she feels so vulnerable in the relationship that it's as if it's over anyway. So I suppose there is right for... It's a bit of a tricky one. I don't think he's necessarily wrong for comforting Hayase when she's really quite insecure, but to sleep with her, to have sex with her, is that really a right thing to do just because she's insecure about the relationship with somebody else? And then there's where the line is drawn. No, I don't think it's right. You should talk to somebody civilly. You shouldn't encourage physical intimacy if it's for something like that. It just feels like if you do something like that, you would get into such a bad loophole of just bad events that could happen as a result of what you've done. And also, him giving advice to stay with Hayase, I suppose that's all for her good, because so that maybe she could stop feeling so broken. But at the same time, I don't know, I can actually see why he hasn't told Takayuki about this. God, that's so unusual. I wasn't expecting this at all.
そうやって独占欲むき出しもいいけどな。それに見合ったことお前やってるのか。
Yeah, I totally agree. Seeing Haruka is not a very good way to get a relationship with Mitsuki. What? What happened? Oh, damn. Oh. Yeah, this is really ugly. Well, why would you want to sleep with somebody who doesn't even spend time with you as a lover? No matter what he says, he is not in the right here. Oh god, he's just getting more and more stupid. He's using physical violence because he's just can't control his emotions. Yeah, you've got a real theme of him not being able to control his emotions. Jealousy, it seems. Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
こんなやつ言ってくれるな、高之。お前が俺をどういう目で見ていたかよくわかったよ。けどそんなやつに好き勝手やられてるお前は何なんだ？俺に言わせればお前こそこんなやつだよ。お前みたいなやつと早瀬をただ黙って見守ってた俺の気持ち考えたことないだろ。
Well, I mean, it's not really your place to say if Hayase and Takayuki have a relationship with each other. It isn't his place to say. It's his place as a friend to encourage it. I mean, he might not have liked it, but at the same time, that's not really something Takayuki can do anything about. He can't really... I mean, I get that he can change himself, but he can't really do anything about the fact that he's in a relationship with her.
俺が早瀬にお前と早瀬に何を望んでいたか全く考えたこともないんだろ。俺の言うことなんかどうでもいいんだろ。そりゃそうだよな。お前は俺をこんなやつなんて見下してたんだ。俺の言うこと聞こうなんてこれっぽっちも考えたことねえよな。
Well, you can't really take back your words now. I suppose just kind of the betrayal is why he said it, and obviously all of the emotions fueled from the betrayal, that's what led to like going on in the end. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, I can totally see this, because Shinji, I'm sorry, but Shinji is the one who is accepting the affair. You're putting all of your investment into this relationship, assuming it's real, and yet at the same time, because of him allowing it, because of the fact that Hayase was really disturbed, it just feels like such a waste of effort, if anything. There's just so much about this relationship that he's not been told about, and so much that's really fake. I mean, well, on both people's part, even if a relationship happened, it would be totally fake. Now he's apologizing.
けどもし俺が突っぱねてたら綾瀬は誰か他のやつとってそう思った。
To be fair, that is actually reasonable.
あるって思えたんだよ。あの早瀬を見てないお前にはどうやっても信じられないと思うけどな。
Yeah, no, I totally see that. Yeah. Yeah, because the thing is with Shinji, can I just mention, he has restraint, unlike Takayuki. He knows when enough is enough. That's why he let go of him. Interesting little impact of the character of him. It's just really weird to think about the fact that an affair is usually something that is so bad and looked down upon. But at the same time here, it's just something that needs to be done so that Hayase's unstable state doesn't go worse. Yeah. You were in a relationship, but how much did you truly know her? And, I mean, obviously you couldn't possibly know this side of her because of the fact that your selfishness and your desire to see Haruka, because you couldn't stop worrying about her, has led to this happening.
どんな理由があってもあんなことはするべきじゃなかった。それは分かってる。
Yeah, that's interesting.
俺も矛盾してる。
But I mean, I totally agree with Shinji. He shouldn't have done it. He shouldn't have fucked her. etc. He shouldn't have, because she wants to run away from all of her problems with the relationship rather than going to Takayuki and confronting him because of the fact that she's really emotional. She runs away from everything and then she turns to somebody else so that she can just get all of the physical pleasure and all of the relationship, all of the good feelings of a relationship that she would have wanted with Takayuki. And that is just a means of her forgetting her problems. It's just like another way of drinking, really. Sex. But, yeah, I mean, you should have confronted your problems and just broken up on the spot. And you should have fully talked about it. And Shinji was in the wrong for encouraging. I mean, I get that he accepted it. He has his reasons, I understand that. But at the same time, I think he's in the wrong because he encourages Hayase to run away from the problems rather than confront them. Because she's just going to constantly run away from them if she has an immediate outcome like this. That's kind of what I was thinking. I think Shinji should have been a friend. He should have refused to sleep with her and say, if you don't like her, I mean, I'm sorry, but save me. Stuff like that. You hear somebody say that, who's in a relationship, and yet you don't think, I don't know, let's maybe advise them and really help them to get this relationship out of their lives because it's not something good for their future. Surely that would have been something more logical. I'm not on any person's side here. And I cannot be on Takayuki's side because ultimately he's really hurt her feelings. No, I can't be. But I can't be on Shinji's side either. Because I think, because of the reasons I just explained.
けど、俺を殴り倒すより先に、早瀬の気持ちをもう一回考えてやってくれないか。俺は逃げも隠れもしない。許されないことは分かってる。
It was wrong, I agree.
殴りたくなったらいつでも呼び出してくれ。
God. Oh my god, and he's just totally left Takayuki with Mitsuki. Well, you don't want to give another accident to Mitsuki, so yeah, just... He's actually got to be really careful. Let's just hope there's no car accident here, and then he's got Mitsuki and Haruka to... No, I'm sorry, but... God, imagine that. Oh, yeah, a bit different to the words he was saying. Yeah, don't become yourself 3 years ago.
俺の言葉が悔しかったんなら、今しなきゃいけないことが何か分かってるんだろう。
Talk it out rather than have violence. Raise your voice, shout. Don't be physically vile. There's no point. Basically, you don't want this to go to the police.
少なくとも俺の出る幕じゃないよな。
Of course he would, yeah. Because not only is he totally not only has he totally ruined his friendship with Takayuki, let's be honest here, they're not going to speak at all after this, but he's also, well, I suppose he's just so sad because of the fact that somebody from school and somebody that he has been such a good friend to throughout the entirety of his childhood, really, has been feeling like this. I mean, yeah, it's really, really bad. And now, Mitsuki's lumped with Takayuki! Oh god, this is gonna go wrong. God. What is he gonna do though? I mean, she doesn't exactly... He might as well be, I don't know, like a monster or something. Something really, really repulsive. It's the last thing Mitsuki would want. Yeah, that too. Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, and if they saw her very drunk, they would only be able to assume. But God, she took the feelings of Takayuki seriously. She really, really did hold them to her heart. She had Haruka's feelings for Takayuki entirely. Yeah, I suppose. God. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Oh God, that must hurt so much, just having the thought that you have done that to her. God, so... this is going to be very ugly. Very, very ugly. Fair. God. Oh my god, I totally agree. Yeah. And that's the worst thing, it really was real. At least he's doing the right thing in the end. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen when she sobers up, my god. Yep. Yeah, fair enough. Oh god, I know. I know. You could not break up with her when she is this drunk, though. It's genuinely dangerous. She would, to be fair, yeah. No.
高雪ごめんなさい
What? What's she apologizing for?
私汚れちゃった私もうどうしていいかわからなくてシンジ君ならいいかななんて誰かに抱きしめてほしかったのごめんなさいごめんなさい
That actually took a turn I wasn't expecting. I thought Hayase was just going to treat Takayuki as... I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I feel like Hayase was somebody who was very... Well, she was very reasonable when breaking up with Takayuki, and obviously she was really upset about it, and she held herself back. But it's interesting, her actually... Well, this conversation here and Takayuki's shock actually inspiring honesty in her and inspiring her to... Well, just say what she feels as if she needs to. You just wanted to feel affection because you're addicted and Takayuki could not give it to you.
もうこんな体じゃ高雪には
Yeah,
愛
she just
して
feels
もらえ
totally
ない
hopeless. She doesn't know way of life without Takayuki.
もう私には何もないよ
Yeah, I totally agree. You can't.
うん
I'm sorry, but letting somebody drunk in the shower is a bad idea. She can barely control herself. She's so gonna have an accident. Jesus Christ, is she that dirty? God. Yeah, exactly. I can't believe this though. An affair as a result of an affair. That's what's happened in this route. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. I've never seen these before. I've never seen a station with a locker. That's so weird. Yeah, totally. It's got your daily living essentials in it. Of course you can't. Yeah, I remember the time where Hayase was really trying to force her way into Takayuki's life. But she's like Takayuki in a way with Haruka, because she just can't live without the love and affection, so she just tries to force her way in. And it was as if she had moved in, and obviously that had happened, and then there was that ironic drink with Takayuki and Shinji and Hayase. But then it just all faded apart when Hayase realised that moving in together, that would not have anything going on. Wait, hang on a second. No, she moved in because of the fact... Because she wanted Takayuki's affection, but also because she didn't want her parents just totally asking her what was the matter, because I think by that time she had probably begun sleeping with Shinji. God damn. It's really rough. We can see how quickly she abandoned the idea as well. It is interesting how he's totally thinking about the past in retrospective now, as if it's something that really is just that, the past. Has no influence on the future whatsoever now. No significance. Just a memory. Yeah, fair enough. God, that's going to be so embarrassing for her. Oh well. He's doing all he can, I suppose. Oh God. Yeah, you were, but that doesn't mean you need to have sex with her while she's drunk. I would. Yeah, fully. It's horrible. Yeah, you make yourself believe this so that you can be with Haruka, because if you don't, can you really?
お待たせ。
Oh, right. Yeah, fair enough.
高雪。
Yeah, but it really is quite unpleasant. I mean, they are just... Yeah, it's just sad how... Hayase really feels alienated from everything. If I'm going to be honest, she feels like she doesn't have anybody she can really talk to. Of course she can't talk to Takayuki, but at the same time, I mean, she really just needed somebody else. And this is what Shinji should have done. He should have encouraged Hayase to talk to Takayuki and maybe resolve things. She couldn't have resolved anything. She should have stopped the relationship before it got darker than it did. Yeah, and it's just interesting her... It just kind of gives me the impression of a really subconscious interest of love, just instinct to be affected by said love, if you ask me. Yeah, and it's just interesting, her decision process.
高雪。
It's really ugly. Yeah, it's a sign that she feels comfortable doing that. Yeah, and it is interesting. It just really feels like a lover reflecting on things that are special about their relationship and things. And if anything, you would have thought that they've had such an ugly day today. But at the same time, he still continues to reflect on the good of the relationship. He never thinks about anything bad, and he just continues to positively reflect on the time they've spent with each other. It feels like it in a way, I see that. Yeah, isn't that interesting? You don't want to feel love just because it would be difficult. But also because of the fact that Haruka's there too. That is fair. Bad luck because of Haruka and his own indecisiveness. Because of the fact that that meant the relationship with him and Mitsuki had to end. And obviously a lot of things that made this breakup so ugly. She definitely sounds like she's gotten better, and if anything, I find it quite sweet to think about the fact that even though Takayuki has seen that Mitsuki has broken up with her, he sees a time of trouble here, a time when she really needs help. It doesn't even matter that they've broken up, he's doing it as a friend. He's doing, well, not really as a friend, but it's kind of like a means of repaying somebody. At least they can still be kind and not end it on a totally slammed door. Shinji wasn't the right person to help. If anything, ironically, Shinji was the person who ran away. And if anything, Takayuki has been the person who has been the person who has been more right in the situation. Shinji has made Hayase run away, and then he's ran away himself. I wonder if Takayuki and Shinji are ever going to talk again. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, totally reasonable. Yeah, it is pity. And I suppose pity is fueling this kindness. Yeah, and it's interesting that he's totally convincing himself that he's just simply doing that for his own convenience so that he can have a reason to justify loving Haruka. Yeah, because that would just lead to romantic relationships beginning, possibly. Yeah, I suppose you feel guilt for her, you feel guilt for yourself. And then you could act on that guilt, and then you can get into a situation like this. Yeah, fair enough. Damn. Is it because Takayuki slept in it or something? Exactly.
めてよ。優しくなんかしないでよ。
Yeah, she has a genuine reason to believe that Takayuki doesn't deserve her hospitality at all. Sorry, other way around, but yeah. Just because of Shinji.
こんな汚れた女なんか。
And he's still doing it anyway.
ダメだってば。私みたいな資格がないから。だって私シンジ君とどうしようもなかったの。でも高之以外の人とこんな私汚れた。
Yeah, exactly. Totally. She's so damaged. And it's really quite, I mean, it's understandable, but at the same time, she's just thinking that as a result of having slept with Shinji, Takayuki is going to be somebody who can never ever accept her and be kind to her, and she doesn't deserve to be kind. But if she remembers just how much she has been kind to Takayuki, and how much she has done for him, especially how much she saved his feelings, she might have even saved his life. But yeah, I mean, if you think about all of that, then you can really realise just I suppose just the impact that kindness has on somebody, because even if they're in a very tricky situation like this, they will still help out of pity. Yeah, and they will understand you. It really feels like Hayase's kindness to Takayuki and, for example, just hospitality to him is really paying off. There is no changing it, I agree. He caused it,
ご
but
めんなさい。
yeah.
私ごめんなさい。でもやっぱり
And she's just finding it so hard to believe that she can receive Takayuki's kindness. Yeah, it's really bad that both people were in the wrong, because they totally are. Oh god. God. He must have really punched hard.
Takayuki のショックに比べたら
agreed. I disagree, but yeah, I do wonder why he's saying this. I suppose he's just saying it to make Shinji seem, well, just to make it seem more natural and like something that couldn't be helped. Maybe less something she could have prevented and that she needs to feel bad about. Yeah, but that is true. I know, it's very hard to believe. But ultimately, Shinji did what he thought was best for Hayase. In such a weird way, it's a really kind thing that has happened. Yeah. Oh my god, this just gets so tricky. I know, it's really surprising. It's just interesting that, well, I mean, she was really upset, and this is the thing, love and temptation, they're kind of two sides of the same coin. I mean, well, no, sorry, yeah. Well, hang on a second, they're two, what was the phrase again? Well, two sides of the same coin means they're opposite. They are on the same side of a coin. Yeah, and yet she doesn't care, and yet she still wants to be saved. It's so unusual. I know, is he going to do something he's really going to regret out of pity? That's my question. I'll totally see. I mean, you're drunk. You are drunk. But at the same time, I mean, she's had so much grief, so much pain, so much difficulties with this relationship, and she's invested so much of her feelings into it that she's finding it so hard to cope with life outside of it. So it does make sense. You know you shouldn't do it, but at the same time, Hayase wants so desperately to be saved because she's so immature. She's so insecure that she feels as if she's going to go crazy that you just kind of feel like you don't have a choice, because how can you deny the saving of something like this? I mean, someone in a situation like this, it just feels wrong. Yeah, and I think it's nice that Takayuki is understanding Shinji and not just thinking of him as a ridiculous person who has done an affair, which he kind of is, but God, how the fuck is it the case that I'm reading a story that justifies affairs after all of this? Well, when I say affair, I mean sexual relation. So I really wonder if they do have sex in the end. Yeah, so don't give in, man. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I see that, because you just feel so drawn in that you don't even realise you're trying to resist because it's just so instinctive. And he's just totally physically captivated by her. She's so insecure, so he just feels like, as a human being, he has to do the right thing and help her. He disregards all of his logic like Shinji did. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, you need to protect those feelings. If you've made the decision of breaking up with her, you have to protect those feelings. It's surprising that they aren't, it really is. I know, and that's the most deadly thing. This is why I suppose if people love each other and yet they break up, that's the worst. This is the worst part. Oh my god. Or it could be the best part, depending on the situation. I can't believe he's doing this. Yes. Yeah.
高之ねえ高之私のこと高之の言うことだったら
Jesus
何で
Christ.
も聞くから
She's just being totally ruined by love, let's be honest here.
何でも言ってあなたの好きなこと何でもするから高之が望む性格にもなるしこんな服着ろって高之が言ったら何だって着るし
Jesus fucking Christ. This is the worst thing. She's so desperate, but she's desperate because of the fact that she cares about the love, and the love is so strong in her that it's just totally crushing all of her logic. Takayuki has said that he will break up with Hayase, even though it is very, very upsetting for her. But at the same time, I mean, it's such a bad idea to break up if you're just going to then do something like this. You've told Haruka how much you love her, and yet at the same time, because of the fact that your feelings for Mitsuki, you feel as if they have kind of resurfaced because of pity. You just feel in love with her again. I mean, it's the thing. It's just total temptation, all of this, and you can never tell, and this is gonna end very ugly, in a very ugly way, I think.
高之以外の男と話なんてしないし
To be fair, I'm happy that she's drunk and she's not saying this normally. She'd be a proper psychopath if she was.
会社を辞めて高之のためだけに尽くしてもいいし
Jesus. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. How are you going to live your life? You can't live your life for somebody else.
高之がいないとダメなの私もう高之しかいないのもう他の誰かだとダメなの
Oh my god, so we have a choice here. Wow. What an important choice this is. Wow. I'm genuinely impressed that we can choose this. Is this who's sending me this Haruka's? Right. Shit, so we actually get an ending if we do this one. Okay. Right, let's see what happens here. Read until the end. I'll read until the end and then... Yeah, interesting. You're sure about the fact that you want to make it so that your life is entirely revolving around Takayuki's, and even though... It's interesting, even though the relationship is so obviously not worked out, and even though Takayuki has feelings for other people, despite their bonds and their connection and how much fun they've had with each other, he has feelings for somebody else more than her. So he can't accept Hayase. But Hayase is so obsessive that he just can't help but not feel bad, and then that results in him having pity for Hayase, so he accepts Hayase's feelings, but then, obviously, it just complicates the issue further. Because then he'll just need to betray her again to be with Haruka. It can never work. This is getting so fucking bad. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, I know. Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, why would you break up with him if you're just going to regret the breakup? Takayuki said what he had to by not talking. Tell Hayase in front of Haruka that you love her and that you're in a relationship. Can he? Can he really admit that he loves Hayase? No.
もちろんよ。
What?
もうどんな風になっても高雪が私を見てくれればそれだけで。
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's something you can't possibly get, so you just use any means possible.
高雪の気持ちがはるかに言っててもいい。私を見てくれさえすれば
Interesting.
もうそれだけで。
She's drunk as well. These are her proper true feelings. She would just do anything. It doesn't even matter if Takayuki loves Haruka or not. It just matters if she cares about Hayase. But let's be honest, if these feelings are going to begin really unhealthy habits, caring about somebody, soon that's going to lead to very ugly situations. Because she's not going to be satisfied with that forever.
I
see that, yeah. Oh god, that's the worst. You won't say no. What? Oh. Okay, yeah, this is different in Japanese. It says, "Omae wa sakaranai, sakaeranai," I think. Is that it? Wait, sakaeranai? Did I just say that? Sakaenai. Even. Yeah, sakarau. So saka is the kanji. Yeah. Sakaraenai. What? Oh, I'm getting so... Oh, I'm just being dumb. I don't know. I'm being so dumb. Sakaraenai. Well, sakarau means to resist. That's cool. So you won't resist. You can't resist. What the fuck are you doing? Jesus Christ.
高雪だったらいいよ。私には高雪しかいないから。
You've been a fucking idiot, that's what it is. And this is kind of... I like the music, good touch. But a good touch to the atmosphere. But this is what happens when you have a temptation, you try something out, you don't know if it will be good, and you realise, oh, it's really good. No matter how irrational it is, you still keep on going. Oh my god, Takayuki is just being actual... Wait, I can't say that. He is being the biggest idiot that I think anybody could possibly be. Because the thing is, this is the vulnerability. He didn't have feelings for Mitsuki when he was with Haruka. He was clear that everything was going to have broken up. He was clear that everything was going to have ended. But at the same time, he has sex with her. It's unbelievable. Because he remembers his feelings. You have past feelings, and then you use those past feelings as a means of explaining your desire to fuck her, let's be honest here. Oh my god, this is unreal. This really is unreal. Yeah, exactly, and this is the thing. She's so desperate and deprived in terms of her feelings because of Takayuki caring about Haruka more that this is going to happen and Takayuki's going to entirely ruin his life. There's going to be no... He's going to prioritise Mitsuki. He's going to do anything for her. Just so that he can... Well, I don't know what's going to happen, actually. It's very ugly. Of course it did, yeah. Oh, for some birthday. Yeah, but what about Haruka? I thought you said you loved her. She is, exactly. I mean, fair enough, yeah. She'd do anything just to be with Takayuki, but to what extent? What the fuck are you even thinking? What about Haruka, huh? God, it's gone the other way around. What about Mitsuki? Now what about Haruka? Oh. You're the idiot here, let's be honest. She's... Yeah, can we just mention she's drunk? You clearly forgot about that. Interesting that he didn't make the first move. This is the danger about physical relationships, because Shinji does this because of the fact that he thinks it was the best thing Haruka could... Sorry, it was the best thing for Hayase. Yeah, that's just on the surface. I'm sure he enjoyed every second of it. And that probably motivated him to do it as well.
Takayuki.
like that, yeah. Yeah. This is the dark and black thing it was replaced with. Taking advantage of the opportunity. Yep. This is so weird. Yeah, look at something like this. You don't even care about what's going to happen to her. I wonder what's going to happen when she sobers up. Jesus Christ, man. You are insane. To actually think that there's going to be somebody who's going to be so submissive that they are going to spend their entire life just wanting physical attention from you, and you're going to give it because you're deprived and you're an idiot. I mean, it's ridiculous. God, and you're just totally wanting to try and be better than him. It's just like that childish desire that he mentioned. This is why I hate the all ages edition. Oh my god. We'll probably learn why. I will reread these when the translation for the full edition comes out.
Takaeki, arigatou. Nani? 私、Takaekiのためだったら何でもするから。
This is why Shinji needed. It's interesting that Takayuki justifies Shinji's actions. He understands them. What does he do then? Fucking idiot. He does it himself. If anything, worse. Because there's that connection that was never really there with Shinji and Mitsuki. What the fuck? You guys are...
違う。会社辞めたら私ずっとTakayukiのそばにいていいの?
Let's hope when she says she quits, somebody's actually going to give her a bit of perspective of what the fuck is going on. When she's sober, And if her mind isn't totally changed from this, she needs to never, ever talk to him again. Never. What Shinji did it's not the best, but it can be understood a little bit. This is just sick. He's taking advantage of somebody because of promises that they have said when they are, oh, I don't know, drunk. And even if they weren't drunk, this is so ridiculous. How are you gonna fucking sustain yourself? Like, how are you gonna have enough money to live? Maybe? You can't make enough for two with one person's shitty hospitality wage. This is ridiculous. What's going on now? Wait, hang on, so... Oh, Jesus Christ. Wait, so... This is actually after she's skipped her job. Right, let's see what the hell goes on. When I said skip, I meant to say quit. I don't know why I said skip. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. You are sober as well. Oh my god. I will bet you anything Takayuki's going to stop his life opportunity. He's going to stop seeing Haruka. He's going to stop everything. If I'm going to be honest, I mean, it originally began by pity. It was something ridiculous, and then he used... Well, he had growing physical desire, let's be honest here, but... Well, no, he didn't. He didn't. He used... I think... It was a total excuse that he had growing feelings for Hayase, because obviously he didn't beforehand. But, This is unreal. She's doing this when sober. I mean, if you can't tell the strength of her feelings and how much they are going to ruin her life, I don't know what you could. This is insane. But, yeah, what I was going to say is, let me just think about it. Well, no, he has a clear indication of the fact that he's broken up with Hayase and he has no interest and he feels a bit alone. And then he sees Hayase like that, he sees Shinji, and he gets mad over Shinji having slept for her because he just really doesn't feel as if anything has happened and as if no breakup has happened, if I'm going to be honest. And then obviously he takes Hayase home because that's the right thing to do in that situation. But then he kind of realises that it's out of pity he's doing it. So then I suppose his feelings kind of develop when he sees the fact that, well, I suppose Hayase says, she says that how much she would give up everything, and then Takayuki just totally goes on that temptation, and he's just so pulled in by her, and let's be honest, by the past feelings that they had, and their connection together, and probably how much he enjoyed having sex with her, let's be honest here. So as a result of that, in the end, this has happened. It's not even going to last a month, I bet you anything. That's a very, very interesting detail. That I like that. Just shows the true reason for all of this. Insecurity! And Takayuki as well. Yeah, why go with Haruka when you can just take the easy way out? Just fuck the person that you have cheated on and treated really quite crap and... Well, why? It's just insane.
高之が望むなら。
Oh my god, this is so sad.
Takayuki 高之にしか綺麗な姿見せたくないから。私には高之が全てだから。高之さえいれば他に何もいらないから。
Fucking idiot. To be honest. Exactly. Yeah. That's the worst thing. Jesus fucking Christ. You're just being ordered around. It's kind of like you are a servant or a slave. Well, more a slave, actually. But the thing is, it's voluntary and she's actually wanting to do it. That's the worst thing. This is the definition of taking advantage of somebody. Right. Oh my fucking god, how much are you gonna degrade her? And he's asking that! That was not something I was expecting. Yeah, seriously. You do realise that she's a human being and not a doll? Has that ever come across your head?
Takayuki. うん。だってTakayukiが悲しくなんてないわよ。楽しいわよ。Takayukiといると。ほら、こんなに笑ってるじゃない。
Isn't it interesting how Takayuki's aware she's just doing this for emptiness, for just a desperate means of letting out insecurity? Is she actually happy? Is she truly feeling like she wants to do this? No. Of course not. Yeah, go somewhere else. This is the most unhealthy place for you to be. You need therapy, that's what you need.
楽しいの。楽しいから。
Yeah, tell your eyes that and you'll smile.
Takayukiといられると、それだけで楽しいから。
Jesus Christ, that contrast is... No, you're not taking advantage of that, are you?
Takayuki が私のそばにいるだけで楽しいから。
Let's do live dismemberment!
みんなって楽しいの。
Let's do torturings. I'm sure she's going to enjoy that. Fuck it, it's just unreal. So basically, what I'm trying to say though is you could torture her and yet she would still probably try to be happy and maintain this facade. She would do anything. She'd do it until her last breath. Like, seriously, it's just unreal. I mean, this level of obsession. Yeah, she's just basically a yandere, but she doesn't kill. Jesus Christ, it's so fake. She's been totally degraded and it's sick. You just see somebody degraded to the point that they are doing stuff like this because they are so... well, they're so drunk on love that this happens. And then he takes advantage of it because of the fact that he feels... I'm sorry, but it's an easy way out. If you have Mitsuki, then... and obviously you have her physical affection, then... what the fuck's the point of seeing Haruka? Yeah. Haruka. Funny person, that, isn't it? Isn't she, I meant to say, but... Jesus Christ. This is unbelievable what Mitsuki is doing. It really is. It's just so surprised how... it's so surprising how insecure she was feeling and the amount that she must have been putting on. But to be fair, it does kind of make sense when you just look at how hospitable she was to Takayuki. Like, for example, when he was ill, I mean, how many times did she clean his flat, even though it was obvious that he was beginning to love Haruka more? And her nursing Takayuki when he was sick, I mean, there were so many times where she has been so unbelievably hospitable to Takayuki. Even though she knows there's no chance of the love escalating. And she knows that her feelings for Haruka are stronger. It's insane. Yeah, crazy as in... firstly, probably very filled with action, but secondly, I don't know. Mentally insane. Yeah, how long was this going to continue? This, you can't go up with this. Yeah, because you're too physically aroused by it. It's so fake. You could have had the most genuine and fun love with Haruka. You could have lived a life together, but no, you're just... this is not love. No way. It's just somebody who has been with you and loved being with you, so she can't get away with you being with you. And let's be honest, Takayuki here, he has no feeling of love towards Haruka. Sorry, Hayase, I meant, but also Haruka, coincidentally. He just does it because he's sick. It's interesting how he has a lot of potential to be really pushed to the extreme. And we're going to see that a lot in, I think, Homura and Hotaru's roots, especially Hotaru's roots. I've looked up some things online, yeah. I've come across the word pedo a few times, so I'm a bit scared. There's probably a reason her roots were cut from the enhanced edition. Wait, what? Huh? Oh my god, okay. that's reasonable, yeah. So you've just told her you love her. Things may have begun. But then they've just stopped. So what's going to happen? Oh my god, yeah, it must be hard. Oh. So he hasn't fully degraded himself, just a bit. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought he was just going to take everything with Mitsuki and use that as a means of, I don't know, just having a relationship and completely forget about Haruka. I was wrong about that. But why would somebody like Takayuki give up Haruka? This is the thing, Mitsuki is so desperate that she will do anything Takayuki asks, and just as long as Takayuki can accept her. He can still be with Haruka. Well, this is not love that they have. No way. It's as far from love as you can get. Even though it was caused by love, initially, from Mitsuki's part. You kiss after everything that you've done with Mitsuki. Oh my god. Exactly. And you're not thinking, yes, let's be a decent human being and stop this. No, you're not, because you're fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I'm actually mad at him. At least he's aware of how wrong what he's doing is. There's no point in looking back on how things have come to this point, because if you did, you realise how ridiculous it is. Yeah. Yep. Ooh. Never touch my Haruka again. Ooh. What? How does he... What does he mean? For what context? Jesus Christ, I don't even know. I don't even want to know what your routine is. It scares me. I'm just genuinely impressed she can financially support herself, to be honest. Even after a few months. Yeah, I suppose. I get this now. Yeah. It's just very odd wording. Gorge. Why not say decide? Or contemplate or figure out or anything. But yeah, it does make sense. I understand what's being said there, yeah. Interesting. Oh. The person you spend your entire evenings with being happy? Oh, that's new. Oh. Ridiculous. What is off though? That's strange.
Eh? 機嫌がいい？そうかもね。やっとね、はるかに勝てたの。はるかが眠っていたあの時よりもっと確かなもの手に入れたから。
What? Is he talking about? I feel like whatever is next is going to be, I don't know, a bit scared to click. She's totally lost it, whatever it is.
わかった？
No.
今日わかったの。
The fuck is going on? I'm really scared for a second. For a sudden moment.
嬉しかった。
Happiness and yet guilt. Is it scary that I have the word murder in my head?
はるかと婚約していただければ安心なんですけどね。
We're gonna have to stop making Hayase your sex slave then. Jesus Christ, just... Haruka's mum, you should really look at what he does at home. Not as in... This is just laughable at this point. I mean... The fuck? Dude, why is it... What's going on? Has the game crashed? Has the game actually crashed? The fuck? I'm so confused. What's happened? Does the game just crash at the end of this ending? I'm so confused.
はるかと婚約していただければ安心なんですけどね。
I suppose the human life is Hayase, and then the future is Haruka. And if you choose the human life, you can't have the future because you will just be stuck in the same point. You might be able to have a future with Haruka, but let's be honest, this is never ever going to work. And when Haruka realises just what Takayuki has done to Mitsuki, and how he has totally taken advantage of her rather than making it so that she can have serious help. This is happening. I wonder what this is though. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip through the latest edition just to see if I can find out anything new that has happened on this ending. And sorry, in the parts of the ending that I've just read. Obviously, the cut-out parts weren't there. Right, well, I'm going to turn off the audio just for safety. Let's see how this goes. Yep. Sex. Oh my god, this is a lot more visual. Holy shit. Oh, and they do actually go in the shower together. The fuck? Hang on a second, so is this the conversation here that we've been having now? Oh. Okay. Jesus Christ, there's so much cut content. Dunno. Okay. There is so much cut content in this ending. What the fuck? I'm genuinely shocked. What? I'm actually shocked about how much was cut from that ending. Wow. That's genuinely impressive. Oh god, that's really bad. Yeah. If I'm going to be honest, I was having thoughts of this. I was initially thinking of waiting until the full release is translated, but oh my god, after seeing how much content was cut from that ending, I have to. Oh god. Yeah, there's no way I wouldn't. Oh, that really sucks. What I thought of the ending, I thought it was very interesting, and I'm quite happy that the full edition is then going to expand on that ending, because I think it has a lot of potential, it really does. Yeah, overall, I think that ending, though, it was really quite odd. Let's just say that. It really was odd. And if I'm going to be honest, I think it was a character change that I was not expecting from both Takayuki and Hayase. And, yeah, I just wanted to try it out for the sake of trying it out, seeing what the worst of that situation could be, and my god. I definitely got the worst, let's just say that. But yeah, I think I have actually been thinking about this. But after Haruka's route, I'm going to take a break until the translation is released, and then we're going to come back to it. just because of things like that. I mean, the amount of cut content in that route, that was insane. Genuinely insane. But, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and, I will be excited to see how Haruka's route is going to end, because I really do feel like we're coming to the end, because Haruka's getting better, and, I mean, if we don't accept Hayase as our literal, let's be honest, sex slave, then what's going to happen with Takayuki and Haruka? And you remember that really warped stuff about Hayase, Haruka's mum saying, when are you going to marry Haruka, even though Takayuki does what he does to Haruka, and Hayase, and probably constantly keeps it a secret from Haruka. Even though that happens, he still had the potential to marry her. It's a bit sick, but let's hope there's going to be a good ending out of all of this. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you next time.